which I think is cool because Nyx is so awesome. Everybody, this is in Elimination side. We're going to be getting into game number 1. We're taking it to Miami Dome. Ahmet, of course, going to be on the aforementioned Petra and already going to be picking up the gauntlets. Pavelski on the scythe. We're waiting to see what the first exchange is going to be. Pavelski able to get the end light, but no follow-up.
Yeah, I mean, Scythe is an interesting weapon, right? Because there's just so many different ways that you can approach the neutral game with it. A lot of people can play it grounded and go for side lights and end lights and kind of stick to that. Or some people like to kind of hover a little bit above you and try to fish for down airs. But here we go. It looks like Ahmet's going to go ahead and get a little bit of a turnaround on Pavelski, forcing him off stage. And it looks like at this point, things so far are fairly even. Pavelski trailing behind a little bit in damage, but nothing that he can't make up in a couple hits.
Right now just patrolling that top platform. Ahmet going to be able to call him out on the movement. The D-Light into the GC. D-Light Pavelski going to be looking for something fearsome. He wasn't able to get it. Side light soon. Not going to be able to confirm either. Pavelski whiffing that side light. Ahmet going to be getting into the blind spot. That NSIG gets punished. Pavelski, I like the idea. He wanted to go for the down air D-Light, but the down air did not have enough knockback bouncing on the stage.
Yeah, said, a little bit reduced. Maybe I'll get this true. That's not going to be the case here. Beautiful time dodge from Pavelski. Maybe going to try to get a turnaround here with the down air. It's not going to quite connect. Ahmet goes on stage, might threaten a down sig, or just wait for that wall to come to play. Goes for the side light, but the perfect timing from Pavelski on the dodge to get out of harm's way.
Okay, D-Light recovery, that is going to be it, and that is going to be the stock. Pavelski going to be coming up with a gentle lead. Ahmet, I believe, has the gauntlets primed, so at that point it's just going to be a recovery. Pavelski going to do his best to be able to deny the weapon. Jump neutral is not enough, but it's a get off me option. Ahmet now able to pick up those gauntlets. Let's see what the opening is. He needs that sider. He needs that end light. Pavelski still going to be hanging on to the stock. Has to find a way to be able to make it back on.
Okay, Ahmet gets the end light. It's going to be enough, and that's going to be the first stock removed from Pavelski. Clean slate on the board for both members here. Only 1 damage has been taken onto Ahmet.
Toss.
Yeah,
That's
you can't even see the shade difference here, but there we go. Pavelski getting an opening with that end light, trying to get a little bit more. Ahmet retaliating with falling nair, but once again, that neutral light from the scythe, such a good stuffing option on the scythe, making it really difficult for Ahmet to find a way in.
Yeah, but Pavelski's only been getting the end light. Oh, wait, hold on. That could have been a huge call out, and then he was going for the D-Sig. It didn't actually find his connection. Pavelski now going to be just quickly swapping back over to the blasters. Ahmet controlling the stage, looking to be able to catch this landing. Not going to be able to do so.
Oh, and you can see Pavelski going for his pivot down airs, gets an opening there, won't be able to convert into anything, but going to be hovering on these platforms a bit. Nice little conversion from Ahmet there with the nair into the end light. Looking to get that final blow soon here. Good amount of defense onto Nyx though. Oh, and we have a little bit of a flag here. We're saying we got some lag or something going on here.
Oh no.
And it looks like, Pavelski's the one running off here, so we might just be giving this one up. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll see exactly what the verdict is. We don't entirely know what's going on, so this is a little bit unfortunate. But I guess we could talk about what we have seen so far. First thing I'm noticing, by the way, Pavelski, his movement, he is opting to platform camp. He is dashing out to the platforms, dash landing, jump, dash landing again and again, recycling the situation. And so a lot of Ahmet's approach is just like, okay, how can I call you out? I feel like Gauntlets do a very good job of that, especially when you have GC Sidelight as an option, as an opening. Yeah, that just covers exactly the space that you want when somebody's camping on the platforms against you.
Can just be a little bit scary, right? If they're using the blasters as well, because they're hovering up there with that down air, and if you gravity cancel side light and you don't space it right, then you get caught by that down air. Maybe you get bounced off the platform.
Even worse, a D-Light.
I know. Ooh.
Could be disastrous.
And then you really start to feel the pain there, and so you do have to be a little bit precise, but these are players that are used to kind of having to be that accurate, and so I don't think that should be a problem for them. But only time will really tell. So far, I was kind of impressed with what I was seeing from both parties there. There was no moment in that game as it was developing where it felt like either player had too much of a lead. It kind of seemed like it was a bit of a back and forth. I was waiting for Pavelski to get some sort of crazy scythe string. It really only seemed like he was able to get
He was going for it too. We saw the down air D-Light on the platform, and then there was another time I forgot what it was, but then he tried to go for the scythe D-Sig as well. So he's trying to go for the big clips. He's trying to go for the unconventional follow-ups, accounting for the knockback of somebody bouncing onto the stage. We haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. Hopefully we'll get to see some of that happen because I think that's the sauce, right? That's the sauce. That's the sauce that we all want to see. We all want the sauce.
And same thing. Ahmet, right? You're on Petra. I think Petra has probably one of the highest capabilities of well, hold on. I just got word in from Otacon. It looks like we are going to go ahead and go back and run game 1, but we're going to start it from the 2 stock count. And so One more time for those
One more
y'all,
time.
in case I didn't say that clearly. This is still going to be game 1 in the set, but both players are going to be starting with 2 stocks.
Yeah, probably something happened, something with internet. We don't know, but hopefully everything is going to be okay. So let's get some of that energy back. Let's get some of that momentum back. Let's see what Ahmet and Pavelski are going to have in store for us going back into this game 1. So right now for Pavelski, it's, my question is, as always, when there is a scythe, can you get the dodge read after you hit an end light, right? Because,
Yes.
you hit that end light, you get that neutral after, the sheer follow-up potential, the sheer damage output that you're able to have. They're now 2 stocks apiece. I know that I'm talking about Pavelski a lot. That's who I've been looking at. Now, let's go ahead and take a look over at Ahmet, or rather both of them, as we're getting back into the game. That's the end light, and again, no follow-up, not yet. Pavelski does not have the lead.
Yeah, and something to note here is that because we kind of had a bit of a reset here, right? I think Ahmet was working on those gauntlets last time, but this time the first spawn he got was an orb. So this is actually the first time we're getting to see a good amount of this orb gameplay from Ahmet, and it's looking really good. We'll see if Pavelski has an answer, but as you mentioned before, kind of dashing to those platforms a lot, and it's kind of working. It feels like Ahmet is having a much easier time with the orb dealing with it because you have those nairs and those side airs.
Optimal side air as well, pivoting it just to send him back off stage. Looking for the neutral, the GCD light, going to confirm into the neutral, and Pavelski just going to opt to pick up the scythe. Ahmet going to be shoving him off stage. The second side air is going to be enough to do it, and now it is Ahmet that is coming up with a confident stock lead.
Yeah, and here we go. I mean, Pavelski at this point, you're on your final stock, right? You have to remember, like, you did start with a little bit less here, and hopefully that won't mess up your flow. Tries to go for a really deep
so
gravity
close.
cancel. It doesn't work. Another exhaustive recovery, not going to be enough. Pavelski needs one more D-light, but Ahmet's going to fight his way out unarmed, picks up an orb. Pavelski tries to go for a cheesy down signature as well. Somehow it doesn't connect. Beautiful fastball from Ahmet to go ahead and turn things around, and tries to go for another ground pound.
Finally.
That should be the stock, though.
The downer is going to be able to connect too, but Pavelski is going to be able to get the GCD like ground pound. True combo. He was looking to set up that edge guard. Finally, the blaster is downer connected, and now he has a bit of damage to make up. But I have to say right now, Ahmet's punish game was looking a little bit more consistent, especially when we got to see orb. Now that we're on the gauntlets,
Nice.
that's the dodge read, continuing the pressure, staying close to Pavelski.
Whoa.
Pavelski with a wake-up option. Love that downer.
Yeah, almost caught Ahmet slipping there. Ahmet, kind of falling behind a little bit in terms of the momentum here. Pavelski is making up this damage quickly, and Ahmet doing a good job of reacting off some of these sidelights as well. One more sidelight, tries to go for the NSIG on a read. Doesn't work, goes for it again. Maybe getting a little bit too antsy. Pavelski's so close with so many of these reads, but it seems timing seems to not be in his favor, and Ahmet's kind of crumbling here. Pavelski's throwing out some Hail Marys as well. One more recovery or NSIG is all it should take. Sidelight Sayers is going to be what Ahmet's looking for as well.
Oh, it ended up whiffing, but Ahmet still finds himself off stage. Pavelski gonna opt to pick up the blasters. Now he's looking for that side light. He's gonna be looking for that D light. He goes for the down air. GC side light. That would have been so cool, but the recovery is still gonna be able to come through. It still connects, and he's gonna be able to take out game 1. Pavelski with a lead. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a bit of a funny end to that game, because really what it came down to is like, oh man, we're both in the red. We're just going to keep throwing out KO options until somebody comes out on top, right? And in scenarios like that, it really can just come down to who is more clutch. And Ahmet, honestly, just kind of missed the punish on that attempted extended I guess I'll just say string from Pavelski. They're trying to end the game, and that cost him the game as well, right? And Brawlhalla can be that game a lot, where you try to punish someone else's thing, and then you mess up, and then they punish you for not punishing them, and then you do the leapfrog of it. But all things considered, that was a bit of a weird game 1, right? It did get a reset.
I got a
started
question.
with 2 stocks.
I got a question for you, which was how many Pavelski signatures connected that game?
0?
0.
Zero, yeah.
And
I'd
how
say
many of
0.
them did we get to see? I would say quite a few.
Yeah.
So, that's not great. I'd like to see, either we hit him or Ahmet to be able to punish them a little bit more successfully. Both of those would be pretty big. So right now, that's what I'm worried about, right? Because I feel like that's how a lot of games are defined. It is who is whiffing the signatures and who is able to successfully punish them. Pavelski, he's looking for that cheesy slide off NSIG. He's not going to be able to get it anytime soon. Just taking a sweet old time making it back onto the stage. Sidelight Sail, the true combo, the consistency. Ahmet, how is he going to lock the stage down? He's looking for the bounce of the down air. He wasn't able to get it, but the side air still patrolling the stage, not letting his opponent make it back on, and Ahmet with a strong lead.
Yeah, I mean, Ahmet does really well when he's patient, right? Oh my gosh, that almost cleared that down sig, really chunking. But one more, the ground pound's going to stuff the recovery, and just like that, Pavelski is able to sneak this one back to a tie battle here. But Ahmet, I do think in general, plays better when he's allowing Pavelski to approach him. When he has to approach Pavelski, he kind of swings and a miss. Oh, Pavelski, you got caught.
Ahmet has no recovery. It got used up.
Nice.
And then Pavelski, he was not able to close it out. He whiffed it down. Ahmet was able to make it back on thanks to why? Gauntlet Sail.
Yep.
The little bit of extra momentum, the bit of extra drift was all that he needed. Oh, Pavelski. Oh, no.
Yeah, I have to give credit to Ahmet there for, yes, he burned his recovery early, but he didn't spend his jumps. Oh, nice catch. That's a huge punish. Wants one more Sair, but Pavelski holds out to the right.
Yeah, that side sig was a little bit much. Ahmet had just the most optimal punish that he could have possibly asked for, and just like that, he is even this game back up. He has the orb, so you know what he wants. He wants that side light. He's getting close to Pavelski. He wants him to whiff something. He's just getting close to him, but then Pavelski end lighting at the right time, able to get him off of him. Ahmet, sider is another get off me option, and the recovery is going to be able to do it off the top. Pavelski now going to be stealing the lead.
Yeah, but not ahead by a lot here. Ahmet needs a weapon. A D-Light recovery on arms might even be enough to do it here, but there we go. We have the orb. Sidelight Sair is the name of the game, and Ahmet finds it. We have a tight battle.
If he waited to recover a little bit later after the chase dodge, I think it would have connected. And then it just so happened he was a little too far to the left, and Ahmet was just able to spot dodge successfully past it. So a little bit unfortunate. If he just delayed a little bit more, that could have been so different. The game is now just about even. Pavelski has a slight damage lead. Ahmet, nice two-piece.
Okay, Pavelski gets that side. Oh, he goes into the end light afterward. A huge opportunity for Pavelski. An exhausted recovery can threaten here, and he goes for the regular recovery instead, hitting the ground, refreshing his jump. But Ahmet needs to be careful. Goes for the side light, D-Light, wants the extension, maybe a reaction after that, but doesn't find it. Trying to do a good job juggling Pavelski here. I mean, even though he's only in the orange, the ceiling on this stage is pretty low, so that D-Light recovery is the KO realm now. Ahmet has to be careful.
Ahmet just going to be waiting out so patiently, able to fight his way back onto the stage. Pavelski gets an end light, and the end sig finally. So many end lights, Flambeau. We got to see so many sight end lights connect, and we didn't get to see the punish, we didn't get to see the follow-up, we didn't get to see the lead on the dodges, and then it was the end sig of all options from the end light. That was cool. That was everything that he could have asked for.
Yeah, and you can even see it. We'll get it in the final replay because it's just... It's one of those moves that is extremely hard to punish, right? We were talking about how Pavelski wasn't getting punished for a lot of his signature usage, but in scenarios where you're using him like this, it's so hard to like,
You get to stay grounded. You don't have to jump after them. It's honestly not that committal unless, you know, they like immediately like fast fall down.
Like, you know, then it's like, all right, crap, they can hit me. But otherwise, they do any of the other dodges, you're generally in an okay spot.
So, excellent, optimal. Pavelski going to be connecting that end sig onto Ahmet. He's looking for it again. He is looking to erase him from this plane of existence. He is up 2 games against Ahmet. This is amazing for Pavelski, Flambeau.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing worse than getting further in the set and then the person who is missing signatures the entire time starts having them connect. And so we'll see if Ahmet can answer back. But Pavelski's looking comfortable. That was not the conversion he was looking for, though.
Yeah, he didn't recover immediately.
Oh my God.
The weapon toss, the diagonal up weapon toss, in fact. Going to be able to take it off the top. We don't talk about that stock. We don't think about it. Let's pretend like the recovery hit after the GCD land.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful improvisation by Pavelski, and now he's completely in Ahmet's head. He has the dodge reads down. He's able to get, you know, 4 to 5 hits per conversion, and Ahmet just having a tough time. Almost his ground pound will probably, no, Pavelski's going to wait on stage, gets to turn around with the down air, but makes a bad choice on the read afterward and ends up losing the stock for it. But at the end of the day, if you're Pavelski, like, it was worth the risk there.
Ahmet's waking up. He's fighting back. Let's see the kind of damage. Let's see the heat that he's able to bring onto the table. The neutral. Do not forget the ceiling on the stage can be so dangerous. Just one read off the top. I feel like I never get to see orb go up that high on the stage specifically. Pavelski going to be able to get the recovery. Looking for the GC sidelight. That's going to be another one that is so much damage. Ahmet has been suffering. His second stock has been put out of its misery. But now he's an entirely stock down against Pavelski. He got juggled into oblivion.
And I don't know. I would love to say Ahmet's going to be able to bring this force to game number 4. And honestly, this is a decent start. But with the way Pavelski's been playing, particularly in this game number 3, it feels like the download is more or less complete. But we'll see if Ahmet can stop it. Here we go. Sidelights here to force Pavelski to the corner. Has the orb in hand. Hasn't been using the gauntlets nearly as much here. Goes for sidelight and sig. Okay, calls out Pavelski there. I don't know if Pavelski had dodge. I have to go back and see the replay. But otherwise, that is not a true conversion. So either way, either a good good call out or good recognition to realize that Pavelski did not have a dodge.
Yeah, that's like kind of like the true combo thing. Right? When you're getting hit with like hammer D-light, when you're getting hit by orb side light, you know, you're not usually waiting for them to mix it up. You ready for like the standard side option afterwards, right? So nice mix up there from Ahmet. Side light, D-light, neutral as well. He has even his game back up. He has brought it all the way back. He got into the blind spot. Orb so good at hitting stacked with that end light. You know what Blasters can't do?
He's clutching.
Hit stacked.
Man, you're so close. I think Ahmet had a really strong opportunity in that juggle sequence there to go ahead and try to close the game out, but still has good damage nonetheless. One signature should take out Pavelski. You can do a Hail Mary side sig here even if you want to. Pavelski staying fairly grounded. Oh, goes for the side light again. The Nair's going to make it that much closer, but you need a strong hit.
Fast falling with the down and huge commitment. The recovery, he's able to make it back. D-light, chase dodge, fully recovery, flambo. He takes it. In a game 3, he takes it 3-0. How do you feel about that last stock, man? How'd you feel about that just now?
So now I think I see the vision, right? I think there was a bit of us kind of being like, well, that's not what Pavelski wanted, I think, on that first stock, right? And now I'm like, okay, well, if you feel like you get the D-light in a spot where maybe it's not going to give you the true conversion, right? And you're like, but you want to go for a dodge read afterward,